Strong and severe thunderstorms continue to rumble across the area. The very latest coming up.
Downed trees and power lines, flooded roads, even a wall collapse. We'll show you the damage severe storms caused in the bluegrass today.
WKYT investigates how a new push for autopsies in people who die of drug overdoses could help combat the drug problem in Kentucky.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening. A powerful line of storms has been moving across Kentucky, leaving behind damage and flash flooding.
A WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day continues. In Bourbon County, a tree fell on a moving car along Lexington Road near Paris. A driver wasn't injured. Trees and utility poles also fell elsewhere in Bourbon County. We'll have more on the damage in just a moment, but we begin our team coverage tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Yeah, watching all kinds of severe thunderstorms still across southern Kentucky, guys. Just issued tornado warning for parts of Taylor County. This is just to the west of downtown Campbellsville. That will go for a little while longer. And what we're looking at on Defender here, we're looking inside this powerhouse of a thunderstorm, and we're noticing how we're getting in on a little bit of a shift in wind direction. Some shear is showing up. That means this storm has a little rotation with it just to the west of Campbellsville. Folks in Adair County, we're going to have to keep a very close eye on that, as that is a rotating thunderstorm that is now on its way toward the southeast. So parts of Greene and Taylor counties with that tornado warning, that will go until 5:25. That is central time. That is local time compared to, obviously, we're on Eastern time here into the rest of the region, but that is 6:25 for that severe, that tornado warning for the western part of Taylor County and the far eastern part of Greene County. Those are areas that are just outside of our immediate coverage area, but we're keeping an eye for folks into Adair County, the Columbia area. And again, this is a radar indicated tornado. This does not mean there is a tornado on the ground. It means the Weather Service in Louisville is looking at this storm. They're seeing enough spin or rotation in that to at least issue the tornado warning and sound the alarms here across western parts of Taylor County. If you're watching us into Adair County, Columbia, maybe eventually into southern sections of the Liberty area, Casey County, Russell Springs here in the northern parts of Russell County, we'll watch this storm. Defender 1 hour from now, tracking this storm from northwest to southeast, and that would take it on a track into northern parts of Adair County. So again, that is a possible tornado just to the west of the downtown Campbellsville area. The rest of the region now still dealing with showers and thunderstorms in the southern and southeastern parts of the area. On top of Somerset into Pulaski County, and now a little farther to the southeast, things are beginning to calm down a little bit with still a severe thunderstorm that is right on top of the Kentucky-Virginia border counties. That is now mainly into southwestern Virginia. Flash flood warnings continue for parts of the Lexington metro, though the storms have cleared out here. One lone little shower and thunderstorm trying to develop just to the east of Winchester is telling me the atmosphere is now back into storm mode. So we had the stuff come through here, maybe stabilize things for all of an hour or two. Now atmosphere is cranking back up. Additional showers maybe trying to develop into thunderstorms here into Lewis County, Vanceburg, southern parts of Ohio. Flash flooding right now. Getting a lot of reports of flash flooding coming out of southeastern Kentucky from parts of Magoffin County over into Floyd County, into the Johnson County area as well, where the community of Flat Gap, flash flood emergency has just been declared here for Flat Gap in Johnson County, because we have a lot of water rescues that are currently underway, and meteorologist Jim Caldwell is keeping an eye on those right now, and we're going to continue to watch this as we go through the evening. We'll continue to give you any updates on what else that we're hearing from that. But we put Defender into motion. The big complex of thunderstorms working across southeastern Kentucky, still that back edge of the thunderstorms prompting that tornado warning for western parts of Taylor County into Greene County. That storm continues to work its way quickly toward the south and southeast of Adair County. We'll watch that one very closely for you. Other thunderstorms now trying to pop into northern Kentucky, and look what is lurking to our northwest. Thunderstorms here into parts of northern Illinois, western parts of Indiana. Tornado watch is already out. Whatever is there is going to show up back into central and eastern Kentucky a little later on tonight. But in the short term, The only game in town as of right now continues to be this thunderstorm to the west of Campbellsville that does have some rotation with it, and that tornado warning that is out for western parts of Taylor County into Greene County. That'll go until 5:25 local time. That's Central Time, 6:25 for the rest of our area. We'll keep a very close eye on that, guys. And again, if that pops for Adair County, we'll go wall to wall with that one to keep folks in tune as what is going on with that particular thunderstorm. More storms, though, coming our way as we go through tonight.
Chris, thank you. Here in Lexington, that line of storms brought down trees and power lines, even blocking roads in some cases. This is a live look now at Bryan Station Road near Briar Hill. A fallen tree limb brought down a power line and even blocked one lane of traffic.
Now, right now, about 1,500 KU customers in Lexington are without power. Also, the Lexington Lions Club Bluegrass Fair is canceled tonight because of standing water. And on Courtney Avenue, the wall of a home's foundation collapsed. Monique Blair continues our live First Alert weather team coverage. Monique?
Well, Sam, this home behind me is completely uninhabitable right now after the storm rolled through a couple hours ago. It caused the foundation on this home to completely collapse. Now, Tim Weisenhun lives in this home, and he says he was watching the news as the storm rolled through Lexington when he suddenly heard loud noises and went to find out what it was. When he went down to his basement, he says it was completely covered in mud and water. Lexington Fire Department Major C.J. Hound says the soil under the home is so saturated from all the rain we've had lately that it basically destabilized, causing the side wall of his home to collapse into the basement. Now, no one can go inside the home now until all repairs are made. Weisenhun says at this point he's worried about what more could happen tonight if we do get more rain.
I'm really worried about tonight. I know we're supposed to get at least 2 more rounds of storms, and it's completely exposed, and it's already weak. So that's my big concern, is what more can happen in the next 24 hours. I mean, I have homeowners insurance, so I mean, it's going to get fixed. I just, you know, it could get a lot worse.
Now, Major Hound says it is possible other people could see the same problem you're seeing here at this house behind me. So some signs to look out for are some unusual cracks or leaks in your foundation, especially if those cracks or leaks are in the center of the wall. That's really when you should call an expert and have it taken a look at. Now, I'm reporting live in Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Really unfortunate example there of just how saturated the ground is right now.
And you just never know.
No, you don't. Well, Lexington firefighters say they also received 2 water rescue calls this afternoon.
One of those was on Catalpa Road near Fontaine. The driver of his Nissan says he saw a car in front of him go through high water, but when he tried to do the same thing, he says he got stuck and water came up to his door. He called for help but was able to get out of his vehicle on his own. He says he has some advice for others.
If there is a big rainfall, please don't drive on the road. Just parking on the side, and then when water stops, just take out.
Well, the other water rescue call was in the Richmond Road area, but firefighters say that driver also got out safely without help.
Let's go now to Fleming County, where some roads are closed tonight because of flash flooding. Emergency managers say the worst of it is around the Buchanan Road area. This eyewitness picture showing really high water there in Fleming County. Email your storm pictures to eyewitness@wkyt.com or use the hashtag KYWeather.
It is a move supporters say could save lives in the long run. In February, we told you how the U.S. Attorney's Office was pushing for autopsies on overdose deaths in hopes of getting longer prison sentences for drug dealers. Now that proposal is being put into action. And as investigative reporter Miranda Combs tells us, coroners are getting on board.
They'll say, well, he knew how to take that. He knew how to take that.
It only takes a few minutes
That's still the little boy or little girl.
to realize
It's just an epidemic.
his work
Once they call me, it's over.
and his passion are the same.
She said, can you help my mother get off drugs?
Jay Steele is in his 2nd term as coroner in Bell County.
I've always done anti-drug things.
His son
He's got the younger generation perspective.
is a deputy coroner.
Prescription drugs are still the #1 abused thing in this area.
Their county in 2013 had the most overdose deaths per capita in the state at 28.
We've lost a couple, 2 or 3 generations. And the younger people coming up, that's where it's got to be done. It's got to be education.
So he takes pamphlets and pencils to any class of kids that will have him.
First, second, and third graders will tell you dead bang straight on what the truth is.
And the truth here is hard to comprehend.
This is sad, but it's fact.
And just as hard to investigate.
We kind of start out with the biographical information of the person, and then we start into what happened. Of course, as a coroner, we're there to find out what happened to that person.
Our coroners are a key piece of this puzzle.
U.S. Attorney Kerry Harvey and his team have been meeting with coroners and other county officials this summer, hoping to create coalitions and understanding that to get the big dealers, they need a thorough investigation.
The scene of an overdose needs to be treated as a crime scene because that's what it is.
Because federal officials are after enhanced sentences for dealers who are found guilty of distributing the drugs responsible in overdose deaths. The federal sentence starts at 20 years and can go to life.
So we really need an autopsy in order to meet our proof hurdles in these very important cases.
In Bell County, if there is a chance of a possible prosecution, the body is sent for autopsy.
We get blood, urine, and vitreous from the eye. Every person that even remotely thinks might have some problem with that, we automatically do a drug test on them.
They say a combination of police work and education cut their overdose numbers in half in 2014. But so far this year, overdose deaths are up again. They can't find a reason, but they continue to teach.
If you just get one person help and it works, and you've done you've done something.
Harvey is working on protocol to help counties cover their bases when there's a chance to get justice after death.
And I think a lot of good will come from this.
We try to rule out, is there a possibility for a criminal charge of this?
And the U.S. Attorney's Office has successfully prosecuted a case without an autopsy, but it's not ideal. They are working on training to let county officials know what's needed in an investigation to make a possible federal case.
Bell County, one of the places that's hit really hard, very tragic.
And they said it's so bad that when they go to an overdose death, they actually have to call the pharmacy to cancel out all the other prescriptions of that person because the family will show up and ask for them. So terrible problem there.
Education is key, though, getting to one person at a time.
Absolutely.
So, Miranda, thank you.